My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Decade of Domination, the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. And so here we have the Decade of Domination Beth Phoenix posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Beth Phoenix does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. Then we get a pair of style pose hands. And then finally we do get the WWE Women's title, which is in a shiny version, which I really do like. Unfortunately, that's all she comes with. We don't get a set of fists for Beth Phoenix here, which is a little bit of a shame. I would really like to see figures come with 3 different pairs of hands. That would be ideal for me, but that's neither here nor there. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to Beth Phoenix details. So here we have a closer look at Beth Phoenix, and I think Mattel has done a really great job with this figure. The face sculpt looks exactly like Beth Phoenix, and I really do like that. The photoreal on this figure is spot on, and I think they're getting better and better when it comes to the photoreal on faces. One thing to note is that her tiara is still hand painted. As you can see, it's a little bit sloppy. There's some gold, some green slop going into her hair, but because that is hand painted, that is to be expected. But it could have been just a little bit cleaner in my honest opinion, but not taking away from the face. That's a very beautiful face sculpt of Beth Phoenix, and I really do like the hair sculpt. I really do feel like on blonde characters they should really add some really light brown highlights. I think that would add some detailing to the hair, because as it stands, just having the plastic on its own, it kind of looks like spaghetti. I would really love to see them moving forward just add some highlight to the blonde hair just to make some of those details pop. And it's really nicely detailed too, so I don't know why we don't get really nice detail on the hair. Some figures they do highlight, some figures they don't. I just don't know what the rhyme or reason for it is. But really liking the head, really liking the hair. So let's move on to her torso now. I do believe that this is an older Mattel Beth Phoenix torso. I don't know. I don't have any of the original Beth Phoenix figures, so this is actually my first Beth Phoenix. I want to say that they have used this torso for Beth Phoenix in the past. It's really nice. I do like it, although I do have one issue with mine. I don't know if this is a universal issue, but on mine it's pretty apparent. They only painted half of her top. You can see that half of her top, especially on the upper part of her torso, is not even painted. I have no idea why they did that, and it's not just right here. For some reason they didn't even paint it in the neck. You can see it just stops. It just stops. I don't know why Mattel did that. I guess because they wanted to have this part kind of simulate it, but yeah, it doesn't do a good job, especially when the mold line shows that something should be painted. Really bad showing by Mattel. I do like the fact that her ring gear is painted nicely, although I do have an issue with it. The belly button. She wears an actual singlet or ring gear. It's not really a singlet. I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah. She doesn't have body paint, so why is her belly button exposed? It's not as bad as other figures we've seen. I think the gold does a really nice job of drawing your attention away from it, but it's still noticeable. Mattel's gotta give us another sculpt. If they're gonna be using this technique, we gotta start seeing a new torso where that belly button is not present. We've seen it on basic figures, so let's get it on elite figures. I think elite figures, we need the money directed toward this line more than basics, at least in my honest opinion. So having a look at the rest of her ring gear, we do have the Phoenix right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, did she not have another Phoenix on this side? I feel like this leg is kind of plain. There's no logo on it, no nothing. On this side we do have the Phoenix, which looks really nice. I do like the gold on it. But then on this side we get nothing. Was her ring tights really like that? I want to say they were, but there's some strange Mandela effect saying she needs to have another Phoenix right here. Maybe it's because I like symmetry, and this is one figure that doesn't have that symmetry. But again, I like the gold on it. I just kind of feel like this leg needed something. Even if it was just a gold stripe with black outline going down the leg, I think that would be fine. Yeah, I know that this is accurate, but it doesn't feel accurate. And then we do go on to her gray boots, which is interesting that she doesn't have black boots, that she does have gray boots. Now, I do have to point out that I did already fix up this figure a little bit. When I got her out of the packaging, this knee could not support its own weight. As you can see, I already applied some joint fixer and it moves perfectly fine. When I got it out of the package, if you even held it horizontal like this, this knee would collapse in on itself and she wouldn't stand for anything. So that joint fixer is a lifesaver. It helps her stand perfectly fine, and I'm really happy about that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get her posed and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Beth Phoenix posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at her articulation. Now, she does have the newer Elite articulation for women. We do have a ball joint in the head, although it really doesn't work all too well. You can see it doesn't look up or down at all. We do have some rotation, but it is hindered because of her hair. Even though the hair is a softer plastic, it still gets in the way of the rotation. So that's something to keep in mind. We don't even get head tilt, so most of it is just going to be rotation, unfortunately. Arms are on ball joints that do go out to the side, no problem. We do have rotation in the arm, rotation here at the bicep, single bend at the elbow, giving us 90 degrees. Then we have swivel and hinge at the wrist. We do have a ball joint here at the torso, which unfortunately only goes back about that far, goes forward about that far. Very, very little tilt, if any, so we don't get much, and that doesn't even rotate. Most of the rotation comes at her waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there, so I do like that. She does have rotation at the thigh. We do get a double bend here at the knee, giving us a little past 90 degrees, so it could be better, but it could be a lot worse in all honesty. Then we do have rotation here at her foot, and then we do have a hinge in the ankle, and unfortunately, no rocker ankle. So that's Beth Phoenix for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Decade of Domination Beth Phoenix posed for my final thoughts, and overall Beth Phoenix here is a really nice figure, and I am really happy to finally have a Beth Phoenix in my collection. This is actually one figure I really wasn't expecting to have in my collection. It's been a long time since Beth Phoenix has been prominent on WWE television. Besides NXT being an announcer, I really wasn't expecting them to ever make another Beth Phoenix figure, so I figured I never have Beth Phoenix in my collection. Really, really happy I do have a version of Beth Phoenix in my display now. Although it is an older Beth Phoenix figure, it's still a welcomed addition to my collection. Now, the Decade of Domination figures were exclusive to Walmart. Now, unfortunately, I never found them in stores. I think the only one I found in stores was Undertaker. Maybe, I don't even remember if I ordered Undertaker or purchased him online, but I ordered Wave 2 of the Decade of Domination figures, and unfortunately they did cancel every single figure except for Beth Phoenix, so I didn't get any of those figures, and I finally got Beth Phoenix now. It's a figure I honestly completely forgot I ordered, but then when it showed up on my doorstep, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it. It's a figure I wasn't expecting, and it's a really nice figure. I really do like this Beth Phoenix. Now, unfortunately, at the time I'm making this video, the Decade of Domination figures are no longer available at Walmart. You can try finding them secondhand market, but most of them are marked up at a higher value. Beth Phoenix here, I think, is still relatively cheap at around $25 to $35. So if you are looking for a Beth Phoenix in your collection, this is a really nice figure to own. And I really think you need this Beth Phoenix in your collection, especially if you're updating Beth Phoenix. This is a really nice update to all those older figures, especially with the face. I think the face looks so perfect on this figure. You're really going to want to have this version in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, If there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. As always, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and check out my Instagram account. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.